Hello, and welcome to PipeCast. On this episode, I have my son with me. He's already smoked 5 blends. You're gonna. What are you doing, Sonny Jim? It's way past his bedtime, but he decided to come out here and smoke a blend with his old man. That's what I call. That's what I call. Uh, uh, what's the word? That's what I call. Um, what is it? Shit, I've had a brain fart, Tony. Yeah, I don't know the word. Do you know the word?
Welcome back to PipeCast on another filler episode. This episode we'll be discussing Dan Tobacco's Hamburger Veermaster. Take a look at that flake.
All right. What we have here is Dan Tobacco's Hamborger Veermaster. A genuine and classic English Virginia flake, just as the sailors on the windjammers love to smoke it. The taste of genuine tobacco, not too mild, yet still sweet and mellow. The slow and cool burn offers the best premises for a quaffable, aromatic, mellow smoking pleasure. And then in quotes, this is from tobaccoreviews.com. It says, "Blow, boys, blow." Okay. This is a straight Virginia. Um, it looks pretty well balanced, maybe a little bit darker. You can see these lighter portions kind of poking through. There's even some orange coloration happening right here, and even right in here. So it comes in a flake. This one's a little bit broken, old busted flake here. Um, but you can kind of see how it once was. Um, it says there's no flavoring on it. It's a pretty just natural tobacco. Uh, so let's get over there and see how Hamburger Veermeister smokes. So that was Hamburger Veermeister. Uh, Zach, can you show me that tin again? Oh, so they've changed it.
Yeah, it used to be beer.
Yeah, well, what's funny is, because I noticed it too when I was making the thumbnail for this video, is that it is often they thought it was Beermeister because that black letter that's known as Fracture, the B and the
Yeah.
V are almost identical.
Huh.
Because when I was typing it, I found that font, and when I typed the V, I looked at it and I'm like, I didn't hit B, I hit V. I know I did. So I backed it up, and then I did both of them, and they're like
Yeah,
identical. So
they're
yeah,
identical.
I think yeah. So it's yeah, people think it's Beermeister, but it's Veermeister. But so I guess because of that, they changed it. They've changed the logo officially.
Yeah, so it looks like, just to avoid confusion, you know.
I don't know. I kind of like the old one though. That's kind of, but oh well. Um, but
But
yeah.
yeah,
So
Veermaster is actually from like it's essentially the German windjammer.
yeah. So which is interesting because this it makes me think that maybe Windjammer the peas blend would be similar to this, but it's a Navy flake and this is a straight Virginia. So
So,
um, but yeah, it is a straight Virginia. There's no flavoring that is known. It doesn't say anything about flavoring. Um, so yeah, it's a straight Virginia, and I'll say when I first lit this one up, I was like, I could tell right off the bat. I'm like, we're dealing with some good tobacco.
hmm
It's this is a quintessential Virginia. But on that first smoke, it was more like it was very subtle. And I think I alluded to this in a previous video that I immediately smoked and was like, I like this and I respect it, but I don't think I love it that much. Um, but I'm like, I bet Zach's gonna love this blend. That was my initial thought. Um, and so then I smoked a couple more blends with it, and I just really started to enjoy it. I think a lot of those subtleties started to make themselves more present. at least for my palate. Um, and I mean, it's getting on up there in full Virginia flake territory as far as the
Yeah,
the,
I
the
know.
flavors and the quality. Um, I mean, I think it may become. See, Peterson has been my like go-to, mainly because full Virginia flake, even though they've said that it's going to be more readily available, I still haven't found that to be the case. Um, Veermeister may become a more rotational, which me, it's kind of weird. I'll make room for several Virginias because I don't know why, but they're just all good. And I don't care for shades of gray and blends, especially Englishes. But I'll
Hmm.
allow shades of gray in Virginias. It's weird. Um, it's one to two components, and for some reason, I find them more like enjoyable, and I'm willing to have several blends, several different ones, kind of lined up, because pure Virginia's good. Peterson Flake's pretty good. Full Virginia Flake is really good. I haven't had Best Brown, um, but um, but this one is like I said, I think it's on par. It's high up there. Uh, but yeah, it was kind of one. If we had done like a first impression, a true first impression last review, and I was smoking it for the first time, probably wouldn't be as high on it as I am now. It kind of would have been a redo of like Chelsea Morning, kind of like I like it, but I won't. It won't be a rotational. But now it's grown on me a lot. It's a really
Right,
good
right,
blend.
right.
So,
So, I mean, I totally agree. I think the Bright Virginia has all the grassy hay, honey, oat flavors that I would expect from them. Unfortunately, um, like all Virginias for me, Virginias are sippers, and sometimes once I get too excited, I end up over smoking or puffing away. And these, like, be warned, like, just like in my opinion, full Virginia Flake and HH Virginia and not so much Best Brown, but like more so Orlick or or what's that other one I like so much? Oh man, you had to correct me the last time. It's like Golden Sliced. No,
oh,
that's not right.
Reiner Gold. That's a vapor.
Reiner Gold.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, but like
it, it's a
these
Virginia.
all have the Perique is so light you can taste more Virginia out. What I'm saying is like these have those kinds of qualities to them.
Yeah,
Grass, hay, honey, citrus notes that I like up front, and that means that this blend in particular, which I think Virginia is just a masterful blend for the summertime, but this is a summer smoke. Uh, it's funny too because like we've had a little cold spell again, or
yeah,
it's cold. It's like in the 40s again, which isn't like terribly cold, but it's cold enough that I think it's actually dampening my enjoyment of the Virginia because we were in the 80s last week,
yeah. Which is
and
funny though. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say that lends it more for me. That's probably why I'm starting to like it more because I actually, for some reason, like Virginia's during cold weather. Um,
that's
and I
all.
don't, I don't know why. But usually, like when we start getting, like when we get to like Thanksgiving and Christmas, I'm kind of
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm going full English and burley at this point. But like if it's like the dead of January and February, I'm kind of like, give me Virginias, man, all day long. Uh, which I don't know, but and I don't smoke in the summer anyway, so maybe that has a part to play in it.
Well, I'm a Virginia Burley summer. I'm a
Yeah,
Vapor fall, and I'm an English winter. That those vary, but that's kind of where I land.
you see, and again, and maybe I'll get better, but I know the last time we did like a vapor challenge, it
Okay, but I'll say this though, Vapor to English is bridged in the holidays. So from Thanksgiving to New Year's Day, I do like only aromatics, and I think that's just because I'm in the holidays.
yeah, yeah. And most of the time those are Lakeland, right? Lakeland aromatics for
Yeah,
you.
like you'll find me smoking rum cake, Bob's chocolate flake,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah.
You know,
But yeah, the last time we did any kind of vapor stuff, like I don't know what happened, but I got burnt out on vapors, and I still kind of have a like a negative connotation with vapors, which is weird because it's still in the family of Virginia. So I love straight Virginias, but I get aggravated with vapors. Don't know why. Um, I guess I'm.
sometimes if the perique is too heavy, it's like because I'm
Yeah,
nervous about this beast one we're gonna have to try.
yeah,
Where it's like 50% perique. I'm like, I don't know.
yeah. It's gonna be wild. Which I think we've got it set for like October-ish. So we got a ways to go for before we get to that one. Thank goodness.
But that's
Um,
so much, dude. Like
yeah.
so much.
Like that's more terrifying than Commonwealth. Being 50% Latakia.
Mhm.
Like that ain't nothing.
I know. Like, like I mean Commonwealth and Star of the East feel tackleable, I guess,
Yeah,
right? You know?
yeah,
You know, uh, because you already know that once you put Latakia in a blend, I mean, a Dabaduya Latakia is going to be pronounced. So it's almost like diminishing returns. You're like, well, it's 80% Latakia. I'm like, I can't tell past 30%. It feels like it's all Latakia.
yeah. But then Perique though, it's like the
Hmm.
retro hell on the beast is probably gonna knock you down.
Yeah, dude.
So, but yeah,
Just getting laid out. It's like, oh no, get the paddles.
it's like the videos of those like people in like Thailand or Vietnam smoking that pipe tobacco, just knocking themselves out.
Oh yeah, that Rustica.
Yeah. Oof. Um. But yeah, no. But yeah, this is like so. This is our third Dan Tobacco. The first one was Bill Bailey's Balkan Blend, which I don't think we were super high on. I know you said it was reminiscent of a McClellan blend. Uh,
Yes, I think it reminded me of Three Oaks.
Three Oaks. I almost said Old Hickory, but yeah, Three Oaks. But I wasn't too keen on it. Um, but then we went to um, Midnight Ride,
Midnight Ride.
which
Yeah,
was pretty good because it was very similar to Squadron Leader. Um,
I think it has a more buttery English. I think is what
it,
I mentioned. It's
yeah,
definitely. I've actually still got a tin lying around here somewhere, and I was smoking on it the other day, and I was like, yeah, it's still good.
yeah, it's a good blend, and so this is the next one, and we got one more that's kind of scheduled in kind of this group that we've been kind of we kind of set aside 7 to 8 blends and we kind of smoke them before we get together and record. And so there's one other one that's kind of in this group that we've been doing. That's another Dan Tobacco, and but most of them have been pretty good. I mean, like I said, Bill Bailey's wasn't bad. I just you know like I said, I don't deal in the shades of gray when it comes to English.
And
And
not everything's going to be a smash hit either.
but the crazy thing is that was a pretty popular episode. Like I
Well,
don't
I
know
mean, just
why.
man, I feel like no one's smoking Dan Tobacco. I think like it's a sleeper hit.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. Um. Yeah.
I mean,
So
that's just my. I mean, I don't know. I think it's funny. I mean, like I haven't seen. I mean, you can find anything reviewed typically,
yeah.
but it feels like for people to go through like the whole thing, it's rarer. Because I
Well,
mean, like Veermaster and Bill Bailey's are like those are like offshoots, right? And then you have their aromatics like Blue Note. There's a isn't there a devil one? Something called the devil or something like that.
something like that. And then there's
The devil's own, and then there's Salty Dog, which is a rum soaked one.
like the Treasures of Ireland or something like that.
Right, and we may get to more so into those. We just don't know how we're because it's one of those things too where it's like I should have bought Salty Dog when I had the opportunity, and I didn't, and then it's sold out again. So
Oh, dang. Yeah, because we're kind of we're doing a few one-offs, but then we're mainly doing their American
their
histories.
American histories, yeah, trying to keep that within date too.
Yeah, so we trying to
They
think.
have some excellent ones in the American history, though.
I think we have 4 more left to do.
There's going to be Patriot Flake, Liberty,
Or
Independence.
yeah, and then Old Ironsides. So Patriot Flake will drop Memorial Day. Independence will drop Independence Day. Liberty will drop Veterans Day, and then Old Ironsides will drop around Christmas time, because that's around the time of that. Some of them line up with dates, some of them don't. So some of them don't have dates. Like Patriot Flake don't have a date, and Liberty don't have a date. But
I think you can still visit Old Ironsides up in Boston too.
Oh, really?
I'm not mistaken. It's still there. I think that ship still exists. It might be like a weird ship of Theseus thing where they've repaired it so much that it's not the same ship, but apparently it's still there.
Old Ironsides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, that'll stretch out throughout the whole year. Similar with the hodgepodge, that'll stretch throughout, the whole year. But and then we're also doing the different Petersons, or the old Dunhill Peterson stuff. So there's a lot of stuff, and we have our pillars too. There's some that we're dedicating to being pillars of pipe tobacco. Trying to think of the ones we've done so far. Bob's Chocolate, Nightcap, Artisans is one. So
Yeah.
Trying to think what the next. Full Virginia Flake is the next one. That'll be coming here within the few during this little stretch of Virginia blends. That'll be.
Yeah, like it's sort of the road to Burley is paved in Virginia.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, we're gonna hit Burley all through the summer, and then fall comes and we'll do a little bit of vapors, because that's when Elizabethan, that being a pillar, that's the pillar vapor, and so is Scudo, I believe. It's either Scudo or Curly Block. One of those is one that we're gonna be hitting.
I'd like to pull in that one that I like so much from Peas if we're going to do Elizabethan.
The one that they think has a lot of key in it, or some people
Yeah,
think
the Scottish blend one. Yeah, it's not Telegraph Hill. It's not Stratford or Stratford. It's Good Lord, it's part of the Fog City collection.
Yeah, it's not Stratford or Telegraph Hill. It's not Westminster.
No,
What
it's
is
in English.
Is it English? Okay. That's another pillar. That'll be on the.
That's a standard pillar. That's a standard English. That's what I consider the pillar.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to deviate from a standard, you deviate from Westminster.
Yeah. Man, what is that? It doesn't start with an M.
Sounds like it. Well, it's so rich too. Oh my gosh, it's such a rich blend. I don't smoke it very often.
I haven't had it. I haven't. I bought Telegraph Hill and I bought Stratford, but I did not buy the other one. But I may have had some of yours. Man, what's that stuff called?
That's gonna kill me a little bit.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up. It's part of the Fog City collection by Peas. Fillmore.
Fillmore. Dang. No, I don't think I've had that one.
Fillmore's good, man. I think Fillmore is my favorite vapor, but apparently it's like a Scottish blend. So
See, that's what I didn't know. I thought people said it did have it, but then it actually doesn't.
I don't think it does.
Oh, you don't think it does?
Not really. I mean, I feel like I could suss out the Latakia, but Fillmore's good. I think it just has an extra helping of Perique in it, and then the red Virginia in there is just really, 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 really rich.
Yeah, a thick slice. It says it's a thick slice broken flake in the Scottish
tradition, which would mean that there should be some Latakia in there.
Oh well, but
yeah. But yeah, Well, what a wonderful time to smoke Perique is in the fall when it's getting cool, but it's still. And Alabama fall is very peculiar anyway.
Yeah, it's good,
Um,
but it's
Alabama fall ain't like New England fall, that's for sure.
but you
This
got to
feels
be,
like New England. This feels like a New England fall.
which is like I wish we had New England Falls. Not to take away from Alabama Falls, but I kind of wish we had New England Falls. I want to be a little bit more colder earlier on.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, it's
I want Halloween
no,
to
I
be
guess
cold. Halloween needs to be cold.
in comparison, I mean, when you're coming out of 90-degree summers, it's cold
Yeah,
in October.
but the problem is you got all these fake outs. And what'll happen is you'll get a week where it feels like, typical fall, and then it'll be in the high 90s for like 3 straight weeks. And then you'll boom all of a sudden have a 70-degree week. And then you'll hit back to like 88, and it'll feel worse than those 3 weeks close to 100 because you had that fake out. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting.
And there's numerous fake outs too.
Yeah, there's several.
There's one that's really crazy in August. There's every August there's a fake out for a couple of
Yeah.
days. And people are like, "Oh, fall's here." I'm like, "No, it ain't, dude.
No, it ain't.
You're about to get laid out." Like,
Yeah.
dude,
And
like Anna just whispered in your ear for a second, but like you need to chill out because you're about to get sweaty.
yeah, lay off the Ugg boots and the vest. Don't pull them out yet. Um, but yeah, Dan Tobacco Hamburger Veermaster. I think it's a very quality Virginia. If you enjoy Virginia, uh, you should definitely get it. You definitely try
Yeah,
it.
I actually think you should probably. But so this is a 50-gram tin. Yeah, 50 grams. It's a 50-gram tin, but I think it comes in a 300-gram pouch.
Okay.
Personally, I'd say buy it and sell it.
Yeah, that probably would be very beneficial.
I think 3 years of age on this, I might go to find the larger pack, bring it in, put it in a jar, and don't touch it for 3 years, and then revisit this on PipeCast in 3 years.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because I think it can only get better.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to age so sublime.
So, but yeah. I think we recommend this blend, and we hands on it, try it. If you're a Virginia person, don't
Right.
be leery of tongue bite, as Virginians are known to do. So be leery of that if that's a common occurrence for you.
It'll light you up, but this is a rewarding blend, especially for a slow sipper.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, all right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said,
Yep. And
hopefully
hopefully the next time.
we can be do what?
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. We're going to be side by side, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be side by side, and it's not with a phone between us. So yeah.
But hey, this is keeping it consistent, guys. I mean, like, I know this is not exactly what everyone might want, but we are capable of dropping episodes still.
Like we said last time, we've been known to, if we do let it slip, then you may be going a while without a video.
Right. And we don't want to start that trend. So
No. So, all right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on the next one.
bye.